apparently Mariners pitching can give up 12 runs and will still win. We didn't do that. We gave up one, a meaningless run in the bottom of the ninth, and won 13-1. Cal Raleigh hit a home run in the top of the fourth to get the get it going, and then top of the fifth, Julio drove in Julio singled to get the bases in there, and then Cal Raleigh hit a grand slam for his 12th home run to get Seattle's win probability up to a 93. And then we just kept piling it on. Julio got a home run that made the score 10-0 to score himself and Mitch Garver in the top of the sixth. That went 431 feet and 108.8 miles an hour off the bat with a 25-degree launch angle. Wait a minute, what? This is the first I'm looking at the advanced stats on that, and I was like, wow. And then in the bottom of the ninth, Josh Smith homered. I believe every Mariner had a hit. I'm going to double check that right now with the box score. 1, 2, 3, 4. Samad Taylor did not have a hit on 2 at-bats, but Samad Taylor came in as a pinch hitter for Julio after Julio went 2 for 4. Cal went 2 for 4 with 5 ribbies, which is amazing. Randy had a hit. Rivas did not have a hit, but he came in as a pinch hitter. Rowdy Tellez had 3 hits, and I knew that. We had 17 hits, 13 runs, 3 walks. We struck out 3 times while striking them out 10. Brian Wu, 8 strikeouts. Troy Taylor, 2. Trent Thornton went 1 2/3 and didn't give up anything. No hits, runs, earned runs, walks, or he also didn't strike anybody out, but he lowered his ERA to 6.75. And Troy Taylor's ERA got lowered to 12 on 2 hits, 1 run, 2 strikeouts, and it was a home run. But those 2 strikeouts there are amazing, and I'm wondering what's going to happen with the Rangers. I don't think they're necessarily going to be a good team over the rest of the year. It's going to be something that's going to have to be looked at with them. Their offense was kind of putrid. The starting pitching was not the end of the world, to the point where I was just like, what? What is going on there? But it wasn't good either. It was 4 1/3 innings, 8 hits, 6 runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and then Bauschle had a strikeout. Barnhart went 2 innings. Looking at their ERA, 4, 4, 5, 13.5. Looking at our ERA, Brian Woo's at a 2.58, which, yeah, Brian Wu is 4-1 on the season. Brian Wu is quietly having what I think could be a Cy Young season. Really quietly having it, because Brian Wu was considered, I think, our 4th starter going into the year. I think it was Logan, Luis, George. I think it went Logan, Luis, George, Bryce, and then Wu. And you could argue that maybe Bryce and Brian could swap around. And anytime you're thinking Bryce Miller or Brian Wu as your 5th starter, and Emerson Hancock and Logan Evans as your 6th and 7th, you know you've got good pitching. Matt Brash actually might be able to get activated this week, potentially after the road trip. We're not 100% sure on that, but he's with the club, so he actually could get activated at any time. Last year, Julio Rodriguez had 2 home runs on Mother's Day. I don't mean he had 2 home runs on the day that was Mother's Day. I mean that was what his stats were at the end of the day on Mother's Day, which was not good. He has 5 now, which is awesome. I'm loving that. I'm absolutely loving what I'm seeing. Oh no. I'm looking through r/baseball right now just to see what highlights are there. Unfortunately, there was a pretty bad injury in the Boston-Minnesota game to Cassis. He actually had to get carted off the field and taken to the hospital with a pretty severe knee injury. So I just wanted to put that in there and say, yeah, I hope he heals up pretty well soon, which is on a unfortunate. Cal Raleigh took a pitch off of his ass, which is hilarious because he bluff charged the mound too after that because he was like, "You don't hit my dumper." It was one of the funniest things, and they issued a warning to both dugouts. I understand the reasoning for it, but if you're in a blowout and you get hit by a pitch, if you're the one getting blown out and you hit somebody with a pitch, I understand that it might seem like you're salty, but the pitch coming out of his hand didn't look like it was bad. Oh, we're not on Fox tomorrow. Baltimore and Atlanta are. Baltimore, KC, Atlanta, LA. Really weird game overall with the Mariners scoring 13 runs on 21 base runners in 8 innings because they didn't do the bottom of the ninth. I thought that was pretty epic. I'm hoping that the Mariners can continue this hot streak. Although we won 16 games in April for the first time since 2003, and per r/Mariners, we actually won 20 in April of 2001. I do think that this team actually has the capability of beating the 116 game win record. But like MLB.com said, like, do you want to, or do you want to start like strategically using people, shutting people down, bringing up your minor leaguers, and then working towards the postseason? Especially when rosters expand to 28 with the extra pitcher in September. There's a lot of thinking to do. Mariners have a multi-game lead in the division again, and right now the issues we have right now. It's not underlying issues. It's not strikeouts. It's not players performing poorly. It's injuries. But players are going out there and playing with massive heart, and they're just going see ball, hit ball, not the wild analytical approach that Scott Service had, which was not great. I'm really hoping that this continues, and I think it will. I absolutely think it will. So thank you for tuning in.
And again, thank you for tuning into the videos. Don't forget that you can also see me on Patreon at Sammy5436, where it's $1 a month. I also am seeable on Instagram at Sammy54361. TikTok at Sammy5436. I'm on Blue Sky at Sammy5436, though I don't use that often. I believe I'm on Tumblr at Sammy5436, but I haven't used that in at least a year. And you can find me at my business email, thetrapezoidtalks5436@gmail.com. Any information you need to send to those business emails will be looked at. I generally look at my business email on Wednesdays and Sundays, so just do be advised that I do not always have the ability to respond immediately, but if you do send an email to my business email, and as long as it's not offensive, I will respond if it's something I'm interested in with something positive, and if it's something I'm not interested in, I will thank you for your email and go ahead and say that there may be a future opportunity for us to collaborate if that's something you're interested in.